Welcome back to the Lone Ranger Radio Show with Bruce Woodburn, Cross Country Mortgage. That is me, the Lone Ranger, arranging loans for you, your family, your friends, your co-workers, your kids, your grandkids. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you something. I am doing so many transactions for clients that have had kids and now they're adults or they're grandchildren. I had a phone call a couple weeks ago from a gentleman named Brent Chastain. And this guy, I did his mother's loan in 1988 when I got into the business. And I did a couple of loans for him. He was a young man at the time. Now he's got a 45-year-old son. And I did Brent's, and then now I'm doing his son's loan. And it's just been phenomenal at being able to help folks. But my point is, if you have adult children or adult grandchildren, it's a real good idea if they're renting that you step in and help them become a homeowner. And I'm going to tell you why. At some point, you're probably going to die. Okay. Probably, you're going to die. And if you're going to leave family money, first of all, make sure you have a will and trust. Make sure you have a ladybird deed, because a will and trust are not going to tell the courts what to do with your property. You don't want to go into probate. So have a ladybird deed or have family members deeded onto it. If you have questions about ladybird deeds, let me know. But here's the deal. Sooner or later, when you go, you're going to leave family money. And if those family members aren't accustomed to having money, it's going to get blown. They're going to buy a big screen TV. They're going to buy a Boston Whaler bass boat. They're going to buy a big F-150. And then the money's going to be gone and all your hard-earned retirement's going to be pissed away. Or you can do it now and you can control how that money is spent by ensuring that it is only for real estate. Now, real estate will force people that aren't good at saving money to save money. And I'll give you an example. My son, and it's not that he's not good at saving money. He's great at saving money. He doesn't make enough money to save money. That's a problem. But he bought a house at 23. He's 27 now. And you know something? He's got $200,000 in equity in that house. Now, he wouldn't have been able to save $200,000 in 4 years. That's $50,000 savings a year, folks. 50 grand. That's how much he makes. So you gotta get your family into real estate. And if you can do it in their 20s, they have a 70% greater chance on retiring as a millionaire. 70% greater chance. Why? Because you're going to accumulate more equity. You're more likely to continue to be a homeowner. You're more likely to buy more homes. Get into my Leapfrog program and I'll show you how to accumulate wealth in real estate the way I did it. I created a program that will blow your mind out. You know how much it costs to get in my program? You know how much it costs you to go to my seminars? I don't charge anything for it. I should, but I don't. Why? Because I want to help you get rich. And I know how to do it the easiest possible way. And one way is to buy real estate. I will help you with that. 407-706-3313, 407-706-3313, or Tampa at 813-213-4009 for my friends on the bone and my friends on WDBO. You can go to WeBringYouHome.com. Go to my website, get your application made right now. Purchase, refinance, home equity line of credit. You want to build a home, you want to buy a lot and put a home on it. You want to renovate a home, you want to buy a home and renovate it. You want to keep your home and renovate it. I got all the programs for you. I've got everything you need. You need a reverse mortgage, getting up there. You don't want a mortgage payment anymore. You're over 65 years old. Maybe a reverse mortgage might be the right thing for you. I will help you and I will guide you in the right direction as to what you need. You're a first-time home buyer. You want to know the difference in FHA conventional. You want to know the difference in VA conventional, FHA. If you're a veteran, I'll share it all with you. I'll make sure you're guided in the right direction. You're a first-time home buyer. You need some down payment assistance. Maybe that's the right thing for you to do. Let me see if I can help you get that. If it's available and you qualify for it, we want to entertain that for sure. I will tell you, there is tricks to the trade that we can do to help you. Now, I'll tell you another one. I get clients coming to me, they're high net worth. So they got, 500 to $5 million, maybe even more money in the bank, but they don't have any income. They live off of the interest on their money. But when you do that and you go to buy a home, if that interest isn't enough to qualify you, and I had a client the other day, his mortgage payment on his current home was more than the income he made from Social Security and his small little pension. His small little pension and Social Security weren't as much as his current mortgage, and he wanted to buy a new $850,000 house and qualify for both of them. Well, he went to the bank, and the bank says, you don't even qualify for the one you already have, let alone add another $800,000 onto it. He came to me and I said, I can absolutely make that work for you. I have the ability to help a client that has money in a retirement account convert that to an income channel. You need to talk to the professionals. 407-706-3313. My name's Bruce Woodburn. I'm the Lone Ranger. 813-213-4009 or webringyouhome.com. You want somebody that knows how to get the job done. Let me show you how to do it. Stop screwing around with these internet lenders. Stop screwing around with your credit union. I'm telling you, you got me right here in your backyard, and you're going to get me as a consultant. My team's going to help me. I put a whole army of people. When you come to me for a mortgage, I got an army of people. I got somebody collecting your documents. I have somebody analyzing your pay stubs and your W-2s and your tax returns. They get it all together. They make sure the income's right. I analyze your loan. I structure it. I go, okay, Beth, these are your three options. Let's look at them together. Here's how you should negotiate your deal. Here's the best way to save money on a refinance. Here's the best way to save money as a veteran. And I guide you in the right direction based on your circumstances, not general circumstances. That's what banks do. Their loan officers they're not trained to look in all these different directions. They're like, okay, now, John, we're going to meet, and I'm going to show you what loan programs that I want you to sell to all of our clients. When they come in, these are the programs that I want you to introduce to them. These are the best programs for them, but there are programs, and they're not the best programs. They're what the bank wants to sell you. And don't let somebody talk you into an adjustable rate mortgage right now. It's ridiculous. Do adjustable rate mortgages when interest rates are 9 or 10. Don't do adjustable rate mortgages when they're in the 5s, 6s, or 7s. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's foolishness. Now, can you do a temporary buy down? Sure. Absolutely. We can look at a temporary buy down for you. I think they're great. Give you time to get a lower rate to get things started. We can do that. Purchase transaction. You can do a 1-1 buy down, which gets you 1% lower rate for 2 years. So if you got a 5.99% rate right now, you could actually have a 4.99 for the next 2 years. And if rates drop between now and then to where you want to fix that indefinitely, we do that. 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 or webringyouhome.com. I promised you that I was going to help you understand who's buying and how to buy. Okay. Now, first things first. A lot of people that have a current home with a 3% interest rate finally are jumping in the market. Now that's opening up more inventory, which is really good. It puts more inventory on the market. But we're expecting housing to go up in Florida about 1.6 to 2.5%. Now that's lower than average, but that's okay. That's a buying opportunity. So if you think, well, houses aren't going up in value right now, I should wait. That's like saying, I want to wait for that stock price to hit its highest because then I know what it's worth. No, that's foolish. You can get things on sale right now. Now, as the inventory accumulates and we have more inventory on the market, it gives you more opportunities. But you also have more buyers jumping in the market, which is going to shrink that inventory back down. And when the inventory becomes low, sellers have more control. Buyers don't have control. Right now, we're balanced. So buyers can get roof repairs, repairs on the house, ask for closing costs from the sellers. It's a lot easier. But as that inventory starts to shrink because more buyers are jumping in the market, if you're a first-time home buyer or you only want to put 3 or 0 down as a veteran, you're going to be at a disadvantage. And I hate to tell you this, but a seller will discriminate against an FHA or VA buyer because their minimum down payment, or USDA buyer, their minimum. And sellers will discriminate against it. It makes me sick because the fact of the matter is I can show you a veteran putting no money down that's stronger than a conventional loan putting 25% down. But realtors don't know that. They go, oh, well, this guy's getting conventional or over FHA or VA. We should take the conventional one. It's better. It's not better. That's foolishness. You know which loan's better? The one where the client, the buyer, has been vetted and approved the most. That's the best one, whether they're putting 0 down or they're putting 50% down. The guy putting 50% down, you might think is golden, but it doesn't mean he is. He might have a crappy credit score. He might not have the cash reserves. He may have a late payment on another mortgage. There could be any number of things that could be wrong. That's why when you come to me, you get an honest answer. And here's the thing. When I approve you, you go out shopping, you're underwritten approved. You know where most of you are approved? The loan officer approved you. You know how many loan officers have ever approved a loan before in the United States? 0. None. Because they can't. An underwriter is the only one that can approve the loan. They're going to take that loan officer's loan, and if they made any mistakes, they're going to chew it up. And that's when you run into these families that are going, oh my God, I sold my other house and I was all approved for my financing, and I had all my furniture on the truck and the dogs and the cat and the kids all packed up in the car. And 2 days before the closing, they told us it wasn't going to close because the loan officer missed something. That's horrendous. You talk about screwing up somebody's life, and it happens all the time. All the time. I read a report that 65% of mortgage loans don't close on time or don't close at all. 65%. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Mine are going to close on time. 99.99% of them, they're going to close on time. Why? Because I don't write pre-approval letters for clients that aren't pre-approved. I had a client the other day. He's known me for years. He says, I just need the pre-approval letter. I want to buy a $1.3 million house and put 20% down. I said, I ain't writing your letter until you give me your documents, or else I'm lying. And then I lose all credibility. The loan officer, the loan arranger has to have credibility. You want somebody that's going to look out for your best interest. You want to make sure you don't end up on the waiting at the closing table and not close. And if you don't think that banks aren't the worst for that, I'm guaranteeing you they are. I could tell you a client about a scenario where a client came to me. She worked for Chase. She was relocated from New York City to Orlando by Chase, and they even gave her a relocation package. And 3 days prior to the closing, they denied her loan. Now she works for them, and then they denied her. She came to me. The realtor was all in a panic, came to me. I had that fixed, and I closed it in 2 weeks. You want somebody that knows what they're doing. My name's Bruce Woodburn. They call me the Loan Arranger. You can go to my YouTube channel at Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger, Spotify, iHeartRadio, podcast. I want you to go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. But I want you to write my phone numbers down. 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009 or WeBringYouHome.com. I promise you'll always get a great deal. I promise you'll get honesty and a personal consultation with me. I look forward to hearing from you. God bless each and every one of you. Have a wonderful week.